Hi guys, Miss Diorio here from Citizenship Academy with your next skills lesson. Today we're going to start off with a sound dictation. So when we were in school, we did a couple word dictations. That's where we would give you a piece of paper, tell you to get out a pencil, and we would say a word. And you would have to use what you know about spellings and sounds to tap out that word and spell that word. This one's a little bit different. I'm going to give you a sound and I want you to write the spellings for that sound. So the spellings aren't going to make words. They're just going to be like 1, 2, or in one case, 3 letters that work together to make that sound. I'll tell you how many spellings for each sound, so don't worry about that. But I want us to practice this because we've reviewed a lot of spellings in the last couple weeks. So I want to make sure we're getting them. So pause the video, go grab paper, pencil, marker, colored pencil, crayon, whatever you have, and then unpause and we'll get started. Ready? Okay, so on your paper, write a number 1. Next to the number 1, we'll do this one together so that it makes sense to you. But next to the number 1, write the 2 spellings, the 2 different ways that you can spell the ch sound. 2 spellings, 2 different ways that you can spell the ch sound. All right, so your paper should look a little bit like this. 2 different ways to spell the ch sound. See how neither of these are really words, but this makes the ch sound and this makes the ch sound. 2 different ways. Okay, I will tell you how many different spellings for each sound that we make. Just write the spellings, okay? Let's try it. Number 2, I want you to write the 3 spellings for the j sound. 3 spellings for the j sound. Remember to pause the video whenever you need if you need more time. I'm going to go on to number 3. Number 3, I want you to write the 2 spellings for the n sound. 2 spellings, n. Ready? Number 4, I want you to write the 4 spellings, 4 different ways to make this sound for the k sound. 4 spellings, 4 different ways, 4 letter combinations for the k sound. We made a spelling tree for this one a couple weeks ago. See if you remember. 4 spellings, k sound. All right, number 5. 2 spellings for the s sound. 2 spellings, s. Good. Ready? Remember, pause the video whenever you need. Number 6. 2 spellings for the g sound. 2 spellings, g, g sound. I got 2 more. You're doing great. Number 7. 3 spellings for the z sound. 3 spellings for the z sound. Think about when the z sound comes at the end of the word if you're stuck. What letter might make that sound z at the end of a word? There's 3 spellings. Last one, ready? Number 8, 2 spellings for the m sound. 2 spellings, m. Good job, guys. That was new. All right, I did this too, and I will put this up on Google Classroom for you, but here are all of the answers. So I'll hold this up for a minute, pause the video if you want to check your answers. I'll also put it up in Google Classroom for you, but we'll start at the top. These are all the spellings you should have for each sound. I'll move it up so you can see number 8. If you missed any, feel free to add them, correct them, whatever you want to do. This side is the spelling, The sight is the sound. These are the spellings you should have next to it. So go ahead and correct them. Pause the video whenever you need or pull it up in Google Classroom, whatever works for you. I would love to see your work on this, even if you corrected them, even if it looks exactly like this and you missed them, totally fine. Send me a picture on Dojo or send me a picture in Google Classroom. I'd love to see your work. All right, we're going to switch gears a little bit. We've been working on sentences, types of sentences, right? We've talked about statements that end in a period and just kind of tell us something. We've talked about questions that end in a question mark. Go ahead and draw one in here because we love question marks. That ask something, ask us a question. And we also learned about exclamations, about when somebody wants to say something with emotion. So when they're really angry or really excited, put an exclamation point at the end. I just got really excited here. So today we're going to practice building sentences. So you guys have gotten really good with your writing. I loved seeing your paragraphs that came in last week, your sentences that came in last week. They were awesome. What we're going to work on is making the sentences longer. Okay? So, for example, I want you to repeat this sentence. Nan cooks. Pretty basic, right? Nan cooks. Okay. We can build on that sentence by asking, what does Nan cook? We can ask the question, what does Nan cook? What do you think? What does Nan cook? How about corn? I like corn. So we're going to add that to our sentence. So now we have Nan cooks corn. Go ahead and say that. Nan cooks corn. A little bit longer, right? We're building onto our sentence. Now, we can also add adjectives or those describing words to describe the corn or to describe and add to our sentence. So go ahead and think of an adjective, think of a describing word to describe corn. How can we describe corn? Fresh, maybe? Because she cooked it right on the spot. So let's put that in our sentence. Nan cooks fresh corn. So now we said, what does Nan cook? Nan cooks corn. We described the corn. Now we're going to ask, where? Where is Nan cooking the corn? Where do you think? How about in the kitchen? It's a common place to cook corn. Sorry, to cook the fresh corn. So let's add that to our sentence. Nan cooks fresh corn in the kitchen. Go ahead and say that with me. Nan cooks fresh corn in the kitchen. That sentence gives us a whole lot more information, right, than Nan cooks. We just asked what, we described the corn, we said where. With those three simple things, we added so many details to our sentence. We started with Nan cooks. Now we have Nan cooks fresh corn in the kitchen. Super easy, right? Let's do a couple more practice ones. Ready? So I'm going to start off and then I'm going to ask you some questions and we'll build on our sentence. So repeat this starter sentence. Tim and Jane dance. Okay? Let's start off with when. When did Tim and Jane dance? Maybe after lunch? I like to dance after lunch. So we'll add that to our sentence. Tim and Jane dance after lunch. Go ahead and say that with me. Tim and Jane dance after lunch. All right, let's describe their dancing. How can we describe their dancing? Add that detail to our sentence. What about silly, crazily, silly? Let's do silly. So we're going to add that to our sentence. I like silly. Tim and Jane dance silly, in after lunch. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Now, so we started with Tim and Jane dance, made it bigger. Let's try this one. Repeat after me. Ready? Dad snores. When does Dad snore? At night. So we can add that to our sentence. Dad snores at night. Where does Dad snore? I don't know about you, but my dad snores on the couch. Maybe yours doesn't. Mine does. So we're going to add that to our sentence. Dad snores on the couch at night. Describe Dad's snoring. My dad snores really loud. I don't know about your dad or somebody else in your house that snores, but he snores really loud. So let's add that detail. Dad snores loudly on the couch at night. So we started with Dad snores. Not a ton of information, right? We're going to add all those details. Dad snores loudly at night. Yeah. All right, one more thing I want us to try. I'm going to write it out for you just so you can see how we build the sentences. So, we're going to start with this simple sentence. Go ahead and read this. Alan flips. Not a ton of information. It's a sentence, right? Has a noun and a verb. Got it, great. But we want some more information. What does Alan flip? A coin? So I'm going to add that in. Alan flips a coin. A little bit longer, right? Alan flips a coin. How about where? Where does Alan flip the coin? Alan flips a coin in the air. In the air. Let's describe the coin. I'm going to do a silver coin. We'll add that detail. Alan flips a silver coin in, I'm running out of room, the air. Whew! So we started off with Alan flips. When we asked what, when we asked where, when we asked to describe it, we ended up with Alan flips a silver coin in the air. So many more details, such a better sentence. Awesome, right? Your job today is going to be to stretch 2 sentences out for me. I want you to finish them for me by asking when, where, what, and describing it. All right, your 2 sentences are, to finish the sentence, Kate found. What, where, when? What did she find? Describe it for me. And finish the sentence, Jack skipped. Jack skipped what? Jack skipped where? How did Jack skip? We don't know. I want you to be creative. I want you to finish those 2 sentences. Once you finish those 2 sentences, write your own. Give me 5 words about what you did last night, what you're going to do this weekend, your favorite dinner. Doesn't matter to me. Be creative. Whatever you want to do. You guys are going to have to write these out on paper, or you can type them up in a Google Doc or type them up in the comments on Google Classroom, whatever works for you. And I will put this up and I'll add these details in, but you're going to have to do it on your own today. Good luck. Let me know if you need anything. Have fun.